Alright, today we're going to take a look at the song You Deserve by Third Culture. Looks like it's written by Vaughn Thompson Jr. It's in the key of A. Originally, the song is in the key of A flat, so if you listen to the original track and then try to play these chords over the original, it's not going to be in the right key. I raised it up to A because it just makes a little bit more sense for our guitar players. And then our worship team does quite a bit of fast songs in the key of A, so I chose A because it'll make transitions a lot easier for us. But just want to give you a heads up right off the bat that we raised the key of this song a half step. Alright, so the first part of the song, introduction, starts out with a big guitar riff. And I don't have this written on the chord chart, but the piano player plays these notes in octaves, just like a little melody. So it's E, A, B, E. Alright, second part. So that's E, B, C sharp, F sharp. Then they go back to the first melody. Right? And then this part is written in the intro section. It says notes, and then it has lowercase letters. Alright, so that part is really important. You're going to hear that quite a bit through the song whenever they're changing, whenever they're going into the verse or into the intro, they play that. Alright, so the notes are E, A, E, A, and then they do this little melodic line, D, C sharp, A. Alright, and try to get that all doubled in octaves. I guess if you had to and you couldn't play the left hand with it, you could do. But try to get it both hands. Alright, so that's the introduction. And actually, so that's getting us into the intro full band. So the piano player plays these chords and is just comping on quarter notes. Okay, so those chords, there's this chord, and it's all right hand. The piano player on the track actually does left-handed stuff with the bass player, but since we already have a bass player that's going to be playing it, kind of just let them do it, and we'll focus only on our right-hand stuff for this song. So this first chord, it's E, A, D. If I were to take this D down an octave, it would give me this, which is basically a D2. Right? But this is the voicing they use, it's a lot more open. I like it. So again, E, A, D. Then we're going to move the D down to a C sharp. And this basically gives us an A chord. It's an inverted A chord. Right? So E, A, C sharp. And then they do this little between C sharp and B. So I'm playing, every time I hit the C sharp, I'm playing the E down with it. Just to kind of keep that pulsing feeling, so. Alright, then the next chord is E, B, A. Okay, then we go back up to the inverted A chord, that's E, A, C sharp. And that takes us back to the beginning of this little progression. Alright, so again, you'll hear that melody quite a bit. This time, because I'm down here, I'm playing it these octaves, but again, I'm doing left and right hand. right? And that'll take us into the verse. So the intro and the verse, if you're just looking at the chord chart, they're pretty much the same progression. Intro, verse 1 and verse 2, it's all the same. But what we do as piano players on our right hand is going to change. So this is the intro. And then we go down here. So instead of this version of D2, we're actually going to play a rooted version. So it's D, E, A. All right. Next chord over A, we're going to do, it's basically an A5. It's A, E, A. And then over E, we're going to play this, what would this be? Second inversion, so B, E, G sharp. And then we're going to go first inversion A, where it goes C sharp, E, A. So again, just pulsing like we would for the intro, and the chords are basically the same chords, just a different lower inversion now. So this is what coming out of the intro here. So our intro. Okay, so again, D2, D, E, A, A5, A, E, A. Then we're doing E, which is a B, E, G sharp. Then to an A major, C sharp, E, A. And then back to D2. All right, so that's verse 1 and verse 2. And then that takes us to this pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus starts on a B minor. And it walks up B minor, A over C sharp, D. These chords are pretty self-explanatory. You can play them however you think. Then F sharp, D, E. All right, but coming out of the verse, see, we're doing this pulsing thing, right? So if you see at the end of verse 2 how it says, so with singing and dancing and shouting, we praise him. We praise him has an F sharp minor, and then it goes to an A over C sharp. So using this progression, since my last chord in the progression is an A major, I use that to create an F sharp minor. All right, so that's my F sharp minor over we praise him. And really I could just keep that voicing and then just change my bass notes on my left hand. So go F sharp, C sharp, and then that'll take us into the pre-chorus. All right, so again, this is the verse, coming out of the verse, going into the pre-chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and so the pre-chorus is pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, just listen to the timing, chord changes. You can play those voicings however you want. They're pretty straightforward. The only thing I want to mention about the pre-chorus is the second time we play it, we repeat it. So just kind of watch out for that. Then they repeat back to B minor. And the first time When they end the pre-chorus, they go right into the chorus. But the second time, they kind of stay on that E for, I think, twice as long. So again, it's just a timing thing. Look out for that whenever you get to it. Then we get to the chorus, which, again, pretty straightforward. A, B minor, F sharp minor, D, E. And then they switch it up kind of the second half of the chorus. A. And then they go to an E minor 7. You could play this however you want. I don't know why. I like this voicing, so just E in my left hand and then playing like a G2 in my right hand. Okay, then we go to D, F sharp, E. Again, pretty straightforward. And then in here I have written, I'm calling it the tag. And the reason why this is the tag in the song is because there's lyrics over it. So they're singing Like You Deserve with O's over it, and there's like a whole melody. But technically, for the piano player, it's the same exact thing as the intro. So coming out of the chorus, they'll sing Hallelujah. This is the second half. Hallelujah, we worship you. We worship you like you deserve. Right? So we just go right back into the intro. And then I will, this isn't written in the chord chart, but when we end that chorus, we worship you. We worship you like you deserve. So we're going to play that melody with the singers, like you deserve. So it's A, D, C sharp, A, and it's almost like the intro. We're just taking out this part. So A, D sharp, A, D, C sharp, A. And that takes us right back into, I'm calling it the tag on the chord chart, but technically for us, it's just the intro again. All right, and then it'll take us into the second time we play the verse. All right, so let's take a look at the bridge. All right, so second time we play the chorus, will take us straight into the bridge. I kind of like this song because it's pretty straightforward. Kind of just get to the point, one part after the other, boom, 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 boom. Instead of kind of, taking a lot of musical breaks or taking time to transition into something, they just kind of go for it. So that's what happens here when we go into the bridge. They play the chorus, hallelujah. Again, I'm just for time going to play the second half. Hallelujah, we worship you. We worship you like you deserve. Right? But going into the bridge, they'll go, we worship you. We worship you. All right? Because they're going to go right into the bridge. So that little run going into it, my left hand is going F sharp, G sharp, A, D sharp. And it's going to land on a D because that's the first note, that's the first chord in our bridge. So again, F sharp, G sharp, A. Right? F sharp, G sharp, A, C sharp. And then we're going to land on D. My right hand, I'm just doing thirds going up. So right hand is A, B, C sharp. And then what changes is, so when my left hand goes down to C sharp, my right hand is going to go up to E. All right, and this will take a little bit of practice. Take your time, obviously, but we're going hallelujah, more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you. All right, so that's pretty much the bridge. There's all these fancy chords that are written. For bridge 1, we got D13, A major 7, F minor 9, and then going to an E. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm playing all the root notes in my left hand, so D, A, F sharp, E, right? So it's giving us this 4, 1, 6, 5, back to the 4 progression. Right hand, I'm just playing this inverted E chord, and over it, it's kind of creating all the voicings that are written on the sheet. So this chord is B, E, and G sharp. It's what we used earlier as part of our verse. So, and then, so what they're doing is going from G sharp to A on that chord. All right, and that's the rhythm pretty much throughout the entire bridge 1. So on our downbeat, we're hitting our bass note. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then it goes into bridge 2. Don't really need to go over bridge 2. It's 3 chords. And again, you can play them kind of however you feel comfortable voicing them. So then let's go to the last chorus and the ending of the song. So the last chorus, they play the chorus pretty much the same. First half, hallelujah, hallelujah, we worship you, we worship you. And then the second half, this is what I wrote down, chorus 2 last time. So then they go, hallelujah. It's an A over C sharp. Hallelujah, we worship you. Okay, so what they've changed is where we would typically go A to E minor 7 to D to F sharp, whatever. Instead, this time we're going to go A, and I play A2 over C sharp, but it's an A over C sharp to D over F sharp. And then they do like a 4 over 5, so it's we just stay over here on D over E. And then we move this up to E. Okay? And then that's going to take us right back into the intro, so same way we did it before. Right? Okay, so then going to the ending, so we're playing the intro. Alright, so they're just walking down B minor, A, F sharp, E, and end on a D. It's pretty straightforward again, like most of this song is. And then just something to note, that ending rhythm is syncopated. It's not necessarily on downbeats. So I would pay attention really close to the rhythm at the end, and there's kind of a giveaway. The guitar player has kind of a tell where he does this little walking melody. So it walks up and then it kind of moves down with the chords. I use that kind of as a cue to let me know when to come in with that first chord. So again, listen to coming out of that intro, or well, now would be the outro, going into the ending. All right, so that's it for You Deserve. Take it slow and have fun with it. See you next time.